gotta go.
In the book than the movie. Ready, guys?
I just finished the book.
I like that part. You guys are haters. I really am gonna take it as a full challenge.
Golly, this book is long.
This movie literally made the book better. Cassie and Audrey are both not done.
Finishes off his glass of wine and pours himself another one. That's not fair because she's ahead of me.
It was like so trash, but it's so good.
It's good.
Okay, I love Atlas too, 100%.
Okay, go.
This was a slideshow of a couple of scenes in this girl's life.
You had to have watched or
You
read the
had
book
to have
first.
read the book.
This was made for people who read the book. This is not a standalone
And
movie.
not even, because they butchered every scene. Everything. It was pretty bad.
For the violence alone.
The
violence.
Not, like, it did not do the abuse justice.
It was
at
so
all.
bad. What they did was wrong.
Disclaimer, this video definitely contains spoilers of the book and of the movie. If you've spent any time at all on the internet in the last few weeks, you've probably seen It Ends With Us ads. Okay, so after doing some sleuthing on the internet this morning, I found that there are 3 camps when it comes to It Ends With Us, but also Colleen Hoover. You either love her or you hate her. And then there is this middle camp that read It Ends With Us, loved it the first time, then reread it for the movie years later and absolutely hated it. You're probably in one of those camps if you are watching this video, and you will see me and my sisters go through these different emotions, the love-hate spectrum of Colleen Hoover herself, but then also It Ends With Us. So we read this book and then go and see the movie all within a 12-hour span. If you stay tuned until the end, you will hear our rating, our review for both the movie and the book. It is currently 7:49 in the morning, and I'm forcing my siblings to sit down and read It Ends With Us because the movie comes out today. So we're gonna go see the premiere. I'm the only one who has read it. I read It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. Okay, ready, guys? On your marks, get set, go. And I didn't press it. Okay, go. I know nothing about this book. I know that it is pure romance, and I also don't know if I've ever read a pure romance book.
I've read a lot of like trashy BookTok books. So believe me, I can read trash. Like I'm not opposed to reading trash.
So I picked up this book pretty much when everyone else did 2 years ago when it went TikTok viral. I was scrolling on my Kindle looking for something to read. I was really into romances. I'd read a couple of Colleen Hoover books before, Ugly Love and Heartbones, and then I saw this was available on Kindle Unlimited. So I'd completely forgotten about this book. Fast forward to this year, all of the ads started popping up. And at first I was like, that looks terrible. Like there's no way I'm going to see it. And then I was like, you know what? By the 50th play of the ad, I was convinced that I needed to see the movie. However, my sisters had never read the book and I was not about to go into this movie alone.
My preconceived notions is that it's literally like Cheese Whiz. My expectations aren't high, but I hope I'll be able to see why so many people like it. Especially if this is people's first, because like BookTok and BookTube and everything like that like made people fall in love with reading again. Thank you for that, Colleen Hoover. I read Verity by Colleen Hoover and Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and I just wasn't a big fan of it. And so like when It Ends With Us was like getting all of its stuff, and then It Starts With Us came out, I was just like over Colleen Hoover, Coho. I've read a lot of like trashy BookTok books. I read After on Wattpad when it was on Wattpad before it got published and binded and made into movies and stuff like that. So believe me, I can read trash. Like I'm not opposed to reading trash. So yeah, those are my preconceived notions, and let's get to it because it's already been 8 minutes.
I have never done this before, so I'm just excited about reading a book in like 8 hours, or I'm going to try to do it in less than that, so we'll see. I know nothing about this book. I know that it is pure romance, and I also don't know if I've ever read a pure romance book. I'm not necessarily the romance audience, so if I don't have a raving review, it's because of me, not the book. Oh, I am really excited to see the movie, though. I do love Blake Lively, and I love going to the movies, so the fact that there's a movie reward at the end of this challenge sounds amazing. I am a little scared of Whiplash because I was reading The Great Gatsby last night.
My opinion. Yes, your opinion.
So it's going to be like getting on a subway train in the wrong direction, but I'm excited for the adventure. Okay, actual start time, 8:10, although Audrey has definitely already started. As I sit here with one foot on either side of the ledge. Oh, I remember this. Looking down from 12 stories above the streets. Actually, you know what? Boston. I really am going to take it as a full challenge to try to go as fast as I can. Actual start time is 8:13.
Okay, chapter 1. Let's go. Oh, whoa. I should have read the second sentence.
What's the second sentence?
That took a turn. I'm scared.
So Cassie's into it. She's already into it.
Cool. What? Oh, well, shoot, you're ahead of me. Oh, no. Yeah, the writing is definitely a little bit middle school. Well, crap. This was a bad idea. So, this is supposed to be Blake Lively's character? Yeah. Okay, the movie already doesn't match. Yeah. Like, she's a freaking graceful adult in that movie. She's, like, contemporary and cultured. Like, she's like, mature. This is, like...
She's 23 apparently.
Okay, well, then they shouldn't have cast Blake Lively. The freaking crap.
It seems like not edited.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one put the pretty filter over it.
Yes, this is the brain dump.
I think the fact that I'm reading it on my phone is making it more Wattpad-y.
I'm sure. I can't believe that Blake Lively is up on a freaking roof, straddling between and hiding from somebody. Like, no.
Read it out loud.
And I noticed for the first time how his shirt doesn't fit. Okay, very well around his biceps. It fits him everywhere else, but his arms are huge.
Truly.
Okay.
Chapter 14,
So
page
he says a cranial what?
181.
He finishes off his glass of wine and pours himself another one. Craniopagus separation, conjoined twins, he says. He points to a spot on the top of his head and taps it. Attached right here. We've been studying them since they were born. It's a very rare surgery. Very rare.
We need to get. It's crunch time.
All right, yep, let's finish the book. Bye.
Okay, it is 2:21. What are our thoughts?
I hate it. I hate it all. Dude, the part about his little brother, or his big brother, brutal, graphic, terrible. Mm-hmm. Very bad. However, what the freaking crud is she still doing there? And how dare the sister?
What happened?
She freaking knows. And she's like, just hear him out. Go back to the apartment and talk to him. He has something that he needs to tell you. Just hear him out. And then encourages their relationship to go on.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
He pushed her down the stairs? Because whenever she said what happened to your head the first time, she lied to her.
There's no way
he lied to his sister.
There's no way she doesn't know. She told her we got in a fight and he shattered my phone.
Right.
That morning.
Then she comes all banged up. He did it.
Yeah.
I've been angry with the friend from the start.
I'm not going to read the epilogue, and I've got to put the pedal to the metal because we need to leave in like an hour, and I have 100 pages left. So I'm just going to be like, I was reading it and like so like, ugh, and thinking about everything that I did forget that I was supposed to be speed reading. So.
Well, at least you were in the book.
Good. Yeah. I was just reading my story.
Yeah, well,
It's a
maybe
doozy.
you'll find out the ending in the movie. Because, like, you're only going to get, like, 60 pages. In an
If
hour.
I speed read, I can do it.
If
I'm
you
just not going to
skip
get
chunks,
every emotion.
Yeah, if you skip chunks.
No, I won't skip chunks. I'll just skip some sentences. What do we think?
Okay, so I have like 60 pages left.
Okay, so when Audrey's done, we're going.
It's go time.
Okay, we are officially running around the house like mad people. We need to leave probably immediately. Cassie and Audrey are both not done with their books. I was editing a video all day, so I haven't been eating, and just now freaking took time to make my, well, it's like my third coffee, but still. I wanted it hours ago. I don't even have my crop with me. So they're trying to finish up the book. I just hit upload on my August TBR. That was such a fun video. I'm super excited. I haven't been to the movies in a minute. I read this book, I think, I don't know, it was like a long time ago, and thought it was fine. Like, I mean, I liked it enough to read the second book, Atlas, and his situation. I thought that was interesting. I don't know, it always makes me think of like who all lived that life, even the domestic violence, like who in high school was going through that, and I just had no clue, you know, like their home life was a disaster, and I did not experience that at all. I had a great childhood, so I was just like very unaware, and then you become an adult and you start hearing about these stories and you're like, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna eat, finish my makeup, and we gotta go.
Audrey's reading. I just flew through like 45 pages or something like that.
No way. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Ooh, those are cold. Still reading.
Also, why am I wearing a hoodie freaking
I told you. Literally told you.
last night? Look at her back there.
I know.
Her eyes have not looked.
I know, and that's not fair because she's ahead of me.
Well, where's your book?
I got it, but I've had to do everything else. Older sister vibes.
Yeah, literally. Baby sister vibes.
I just finished the book.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. I'm literally so close. I mean, you're just gonna laugh. And like, even if I was so into this book, even if I literally loved the character, I would have laughed. That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But anyways.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear what the last line is.
Okay, well, everyone shut up so I can actually read it.
Here you go, bye. Cassie has like, what page are you on?
305.
Golly, this book is long.
I know.
Hey, Bob.
I'm sure there's food all over me.
Are we gonna hide this in my bag?
I think I might get myself a soda pop.
So wow, I think the movie's gonna be incredible compared to the book for you.
The daughter's middle name changed is Dory. Her middle name is Dory. That is
No, but how my hair is probably hold this.
horrendous.
We're here. What part are you at?
She's staying at Atlas's house, and he's explaining to her why he never.
I like that part.
from
You guys are haters. That part was decent.
I didn't
don't
say
think
anything was
yeah,
bad about
I
that
like
part.
it. That part. You're like, we hate the book. Ooh, where are you gonna choose?
Like, right there.
Swipe that. Oh, we're also incredibly late. There it is. Thank you.
Are we gonna sit?
We're sitting ourselves. Are we sitting ourselves down first and then getting drinks and candy and popcorn? Right there. It ends with us. 18? Oh shoot.
Wow, Island.
Trust me.
Petunia.
No, stop.
Of the valley.
We're
Toe flaps.
Blossom.
God damn, your parents hate you.
Well, I mean, we may never know for sure because my dad died on Monday. I'm sorry. It's just the clothes, my dad's clothes, they make you kind of look like Ned Flanders a little.
Your clothes gonna make you look like a carrot.
Oh
Yeah.
You guys hated that movie?
This movie
literally made the book better. You know what they were trying to do in the movie?
It was not okay.
No, it was honestly.
Let's go.
Like, I'm sorry,
Let's talk about it outside.
he pummeled her.
They made I didn't see that on the screen.
Lighter.
Down.
Yeah.
Every-
Well, I literally
Let's
was
go.
like holding onto my chair.
It was so
speed,
fast.
super
I didn't like. I was literally like, okay, you just skipped over that.
brushing over everything.
Like, okay.
That was crazy. I literally, why was that movie so, it was like so trash, but it was so good. Like, took me back to high school or something.
world, Bethany? That movie was
It was horrible. It was horrible. But I think it reminded me of everything in the book because I haven't read the book in months.
Yeah,
So I was like,
you
okay. I
have
remember I liked Atlas because you guys have been trashing on the movie the whole day.
You mean the
like,
book?
Or the book. So I was like, shoot, the book was terrible. I was like, why did I finish it? I didn't DNF it. Okay, we literally have to wait till we get home.
Where
do
are
our
everyone
recap.
else's phones?
I left mine at home. Cassie's phone is out of memory and your phone is dead. And we left all the cameras at home, so we have to wait till recap. So no one talk. We have to ride back in silence. She's devastated.
I'm gonna talk.
So I'm the only one who had fun today.
Oh, that's definitely not true. That's definitely not true. Okay, here's the thing.
Roll the tape. I was living for those outfits.
Okay, let me say something. A little improbable.
The thing is, so we need to like do a proper debrief tomorrow once I finish the book.
The longest 60 pages of your life, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You guys, the book was not that bad. Oh my gosh, I loved the Atlas part.
Okay, I love Atlas too, 100%. I love him.
Like half
Atlas,
the book.
the Atlas of
that
the
not half the
movie
book?
and the Atlas of the book melded together made Atlas better. I
No.
love Atlas.
No, Atlas was way better in the movie.
Good enough.
Yeah, sorry, Atlas was way better in the book. Way better.
Way better.
He was a freaking like doormat.
One dimensional.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
The problem for me with the book, the movie made the book better. I'm saying before he starts abusing her, he's not even attractive
She's super insecure. She's never really had a bunch of friends, never had boyfriends other than Atlas. She thinks that he's so cool. Like she's like, oh my gosh, he's a neurosurgeon. He's into me. He's super hot, super rich. Like, this dude is really into me. I'm in this new town where I know no one. I'm super depressed still about Atlas. I need to move on. Yeah, I'm driving and Cassie makes me hold it.
My arm is literally
She's super depressed about Atlas still. She needs to move on. And so she's like, it was like opportunity mixed with, I think she's so young and he's older and a freaking neurosurgeon. So she's really impressed. She's best friend. Like, in the book, it portrays her relationship with Alyssa, like they're basically sisters at that point. You know what I mean? It definitely shows it as like that's one of the reasons that why she kind of stayed
I
longer.
definitely understand that. Dude, I'm a bright red. Okay, we gotta. It's Barnes and Noble all over again. I gotta turn on the air.
Oh my God, I'm gonna take a shower.
Bethany, please don't crash. But my problem with the movie is if I had not read the book,
No clue what's
I would have had zero idea what was going on in that whole entire thing.
No idea what's going on, but also it was completely plotless.
Zero dialogue. Heard more of the soundtrack than I did dialogue. And number two, guess what? The freaking big plot twist wasn't even a plot twist because they gave it like 2 seconds of screen time.
You're busting
Sorry.
that out. See that?
But literally, the where you figure out that her memories aren't like reliable. She's an unreliable narrator, which they literally said it in the movie verbatim. I'm an unreliable narrator. Guess what? They gave it like 2 seconds of screen time. It wasn't shocking because it was like, okay, well, if you wanted me to be shocked, I need more information.
For sure. Where they went wrong was they made it PG-13. That should have been an R-rated movie.
Absolutely.
For the violence alone,
The violence. Not, like, it did not do the abuse justice
It was
at
so
all.
bad. What they
Like,
did was wrong.
It was absolutely, and the whole time we were like, okay, are they doing this like massive twist at the end?
We
where
thought it was
they're
gonna be like Ellis Island.
literally,
Like, reveal.
where
Ellis Island? I'm sorry, River.
Shutter Island. The third one. Where it's like this big, like, go back and like play the scene.
Like, she's
in
literally
reality
her
of like
brain
what
coping
actually
mechanism,
happened.
She is in denial.
Completely
That's
warping
her
it,
coping-
and
yeah.
they still left it a little bit ambiguous. Like, obviously it was abuse, but
But,
it,
like-
not a severe. The book was like, holy freaking crap!
The
like,
book is, he headbutted her and drew blood. She had to get stitches.
and
he
tried
headbutted
no, not
her.
drew blood. There was blood pouring down.
She
her
couldn't
face.
see.
It was definitely giving me the like chick flick vibes that or like the drama that you watch when you're in high school, probably like middle school. You watch when you're in middle school and you like love.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Last Song. No, Last Song is so much better. But like he's just not that into you. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Those are not trashy.
What?
They're not that trashy.
They
Not
are.
this.
Those are movies that you watch as an adult and you're just like,
I mean, they are, but those are better than this.
yeah, I guess that's true.
This
That's true.
was a slideshow of a couple of scenes in this girl's
Truly,
life.
You had to have watched or
You
read the
had
book
to have
first.
read the book.
This was made for people who read the book. This is not a standalone
And
movie.
not even, because they butchered every scene. Everything.
It was pretty bad.
I thought it was good. I liked it. That part. That section. I'm like, obviously, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that that's the title, I love. Like
I
that.
thought Blake
And
Lively
when
did
it
it well,
was
though.
revealed, like I was like, oh wow, that's pretty. That's
And the
really
way
good.
that Blake Lively, well, because you haven't read that scene yet.
I know.
I thought that they did it really well. Ryle post baby or like while she's pregnant, that is brutal. Like I really felt for him. That was brutal.
It was very
Him having to watch her be pregnant, and like he was trying.
It was very raw. There's this point in the book where her water is broken and he sees her stomach for the first time, like without any clothes on. Like her little water literally broken. They're like on their way to the hospital, and she's like getting out of the shower. It wasn't like a spicy scene at all or whatever. But he like sees her stomach. I can't imagine feeling that disconnected from something that you feel so connected to.
Yeah, I thought that the Colleen Hoover, I thought did decent at painting.
Well, what this
Those
movie
emotions.
showed me was that, wow, books are so much better than movies. You know what it probably could have been really good? Is if they did Made, like a limited series like that, because Made was awesome.
So good. That's true.
Made was
really good.
Like they showed all
did
the little
really,
like
really,
nuances
really well.
of their relationship.
I was gonna say they changed major plot points in a weird way, but in other ways they stayed way too close to the book, where it was like it's not translating to screen. It feels too rushed. I would have rather you kept this true plot point rather than this. I also thought it was kind of a beautiful film visually.
Blake Lively is Blake Lively is Serena Vanderwoodson is Blake Lively is Serena is Blake Lively. She's the same in every single movie.
But really, my biggest complaint is that it was so rushed. Like, like nothing happened. It just like literally brushed over the surface of everything. Yeah. So if they were gonna make it a movie, they should have just taken, like you said, the essence, the feeling of it, and portrayed it in a different story. It's like they were just like done. Okay, checked all of the boxes, but like you don't have a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you also
There was no plot.
If the abuse in the movie was like an iceberg, or the abuse in the book was an iceberg, the abuse in the movie was an ice cube. Like even with the dad, like the backstory, like you don't really feel how hard it is.
Well, because they went PG-13, it should have been an R-rated movie.
Well, and also like you didn't have the length to have the tension, because the first thing I leaned over to Bethany, I'm like, why are they not terrified of her parents coming home? It was just like, oh, quick, get out. But like in the book, you felt like
oh crap. Yeah.
Like what she's doing is freaking risky.
And then the whole situation with Alice and her dad, that was, I mean, I remember reading that.
Bones shattered.
Like, oh my gosh.
Also,
like he almost died. And in the movie, it was like, oh, he like beat him up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it did not feel as brutal. But also it's because like you don't care about the characters as much.
The whole like him being freezing cold in that house, and she forgot to take him blankets, and then realizing like he got sick. Like that was just so.
See, what the freak? And I forgot about all these good things, and I'm like, that's why I finished the book.
I know.
I'm like, what? Hearing you guys talk about it earlier, I was literally like, why? I kept asking myself, why did I not DNF
because
this?
the whole
Truly,
Ryle
truly,
timeline
truly.
is horrific, and that's what sticks out. But I loved the Atlas timeline.
But guess what?
Loved it.
And I've never read a book like that.
And Audrey hated
My
Ellen
biggest complaint
DeGeneres.
my biggest complaint was the writing style. She had good bones for a story. I just think Colleen Hoover was literally in the book, the Dear Ellen letters were literally like they were written from a 6 to 8 year old's freaking
it was like
sentence
she
structure.
was saying, oh, she's 15, but she was putting herself in the mind frame of like a 12-year-old. And 15-year-olds do not act
Also,
talk
I
like
think
that.
you guys are coming off of The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I read The Great Gatsby last night.
And It by Stephen King. Yeah. When I read it, I literally was on a freaking, what's that chick's name? I was on
Abby Jimenez.
Abby Jimenez, and the other one who did the military.
Abby Jimenez.
No,
Rebecca Yaros.
Romance, just like literally a book every 3 nights. You're just going through it.
I said that earlier. I said if I had been reading romances along with this,
yeah, you've got to cushion it in other romances.
Yeah, it would have been great. It's like,
but I still had a blast. I still did not hate the book. Legit.
I didn't hate the book or the movie.
I'm
Like,
gonna
it was a
give
fun watch.
This was literally like a slideshow music. It was like a long music video.
It was a long music video. That's
what
exactly
it was.
That's the exact feeling.
Zero
You're
dialogue.
Completely detached from them.
Yeah.
There's you kind of
They're
get
like
the gist of
this-
what's happening.
these actors.
but it's a little like nuanced. and,
Ryle, whatever was it? Ryle, yeah. He ruined.
He ruined my dream journal! I did not!
The the Atlas part of it. Like, it just can't get a 3 stars because of him.
Because you just don't like him, or you just don't like.
You're not supposed to like him.
Like in the
You
movie,
should a little bit at the beginning. I think you should. And then it just seems bizarre. Well, then talk more about how he made her feel.
Because
It was 100% just physical attraction for the first.
Yes, because she
whole
wasn't
entire
thinking
thing.
this is going to be a relationship. Because she knew he was a jerk.
Yes, she
and, like,
was.
a joke.
No.
Really?
Yes. She said, I am only interested in serious
Oh,
relationships.
you're
I want to get
right.
married. And he said, I don't. And they said, okay, well, that's why we're not going to be together. Oh, you're working with my sister. This is probably not a good idea. No, that's not what it was in the book. It was because they
That was
knew
a
they
big
wanted
deal to
something
her.
different.
Yeah, she was like really wanted a like dedication.
So why?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, why?
she said, I'm not a one-hit wonder. Once you get a taste of me, I'm the drug, baby.
She did say that.
What?
Which was...
I screenshotted it.
I thought that she was just like, I'm looking for marriage or like a solid relationship.
Yeah,
she
And
was.
he was
Yeah.
like, I don't do relationships at all. I
Yes,
literally only
that is
do
true.
sleeping partners.
He was horrific from the freaking first interaction.
Yeah, like he just straight up didn't respect her at all.
At all.
At all. Okay, it is 9:08 p.m. I'm going to finish the last 53 pages of It Ends With Us. I've got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in the background. We got home, I showered, we ate dinner, watched an episode of The Bear, and now I'm gonna read. Okay, give me your final rate and review of the book and the movie.
I don't want to be mean, but I'm also on this scale that I'm rating this book on. I'm also rating Lord of the Rings. I'm rating Piranesi. I'm rating Billy Summers by Stephen King. I mean, 1.5. 2. 2 is being so generous. For real. And I'm being for real in this. Can I say a hot take? Reading a book is so much more of a commitment to time and emotions than watching a movie is. So I'm going to rate the book harsher. Movie, we're doing it on like a percentage scale or stars, because 5 stars doesn't work with movies for me.
However you want to rate it.
Okay, I'm going to give it a smiley face. No, I'm kidding. But cue Michael Scott scene.
Who's ahead in points?
I think they're even. At various times, you gave Jim 10 points, Dwight a gold star, and Stanley a thumbs up. And I don't really know how to compare those units.
Check to see if there's a conversion chart in that notebook.
I really doubt it,
Please
Michael.
just check.
Anyways, I'm probably going to give it like maybe like a 40%. No, because that would be like a 4 out of 10 stars. I don't know. I'm giving it a splat. Rotten Tomatoes splat. The popcorn bucket tipped over is what I'm giving it.
Okay, really quickly, give me your rate and review of the book and movie.
Book, 2.75, because I really liked the end. And the rest of it, nah. Movie, 1.5. It was literally just a long music video. I would not have known what was going on if I hadn't have read the book. And they butchered the book. So, 1.5.
The book, I feel like I have to give a 3. Purely for the fact that I have to stay true to my normal book rating system. And if I read the sequel, that literally can't get a 2, because a 1 is I literally regret wasting my time on it. I should have DNF'd it. A 2 is I'm not like super sad that I wasted my time on it, but I'm really glad it's over, and I am definitely not reading any other sequels, and like maybe not even any other from that author. I've literally read other Colleen Hoover books, and I read It Starts With Us, so it has to be a 3. A 3 is just like, I'm happy I read it. It was an interesting story. Maybe I'm reading the sequel, but it wasn't like amazing or anything. So I feel like it literally has to be a 3. Then the movie, oh man. Any points that it gets because it was just fun going to the movie theater, and I really enjoyed looking at the outfits and her hair and makeup and Boston scenery. Like the visuals were great. The music was great. The acting, the plot, the dialogue, it was terrible. It was so sad. Because I wanted to like it. It could have been so fun in a romantic drama type of, I don't know, giving me some sort of like fun chick flick. Obviously it's a serious topic, but like that vibe. I don't know, but it wasn't. I think it has to get out of 5, a 1. I feel like that's not too harsh. That would be a 20% out of 100. I feel like that's solid. That being said, I definitely do not regret watching it. Like, I'm glad I went. I will never watch it again. It was a fun time for a one-time thing only because I read the book. If I hadn't read the book, I would have, been really pissed that I spent money on seeing that movie.
These are our final thoughts on the book version of It Ends With Us. So it definitely hooked me at first. But then immediately, the two main characters' relationship makes no sense at all in my mind. At all.
Like within the first 2 sentences.
At all. I can't remember what's the second interaction.
Second interaction is when in the book, when she twists her ankle and
That's the second interaction?
That's the second interaction. Third interaction, I'm pretty sure, is the 29 doors.
The 29 doors.
The biggest freaking ick.
There's no friendship. There's no anything. And she literally says, I don't want that. You need to go away. And all he does to win her over is be creepy, stalkerish, and incredibly pushy. So why?
Like forceful. Like immediately, not just like ick, you're gross, or like you're cocky, whatever. Immediately, like I'm scared of you. I don't want to be in the same room with you alone. Just seems very volatile. I remember because the entire time Cassie and Audrey are first reading it, I'm like, why? Because they just hated it immediately. And I'm like, why did I finish it? Like I remember seeing it all over the place and being like, okay, I have to read this because everyone says it's so good. And so I think part of me stuck around for that just because I was like, there has to be some insane twist. Something happens that makes it worth this.
Yeah.
And then also I love the Atlas and Lily timeline, but I remember thinking, because immediately red flags right out the gate, immediately like something's happening.
Good.
I thought it was going to be a straight up, because I knew nothing about the book, so I was thinking psychological thriller. This is going to be some sort of like you situation where he is, a stalker.
That makes way more sense.
Knocking on all the doors, and the whole time she's like a little bit freaked out, but I'm like, she's trying to be like kind of nice and like not come on, like not straight up just be like, you're a freak.
She's flattered.
By watching other people's reviews, I came to the conclusion, okay, I'm just too old to read this book, and I've just lived too much life to where I can't go back to people's, like a lot of people's first pass through the book is like they do not pick up on the scary vibes at all until this part 2.
I don't even think that that's age though. I don't think that there's in any world, any planet that even if I was 12, if I read those first couple pages, that I wouldn't be like, yeah, you're kind of scary.
So it's terrifying. The whole book is terrifying, but it was not a pleasurable experience whatsoever until the very end.
It wasn't pleasurable at all. You did not love Atlas.
I loved Atlas.
That is, you start because you've heard it's amazing.
Yeah.
You stay because of Atlas.
Yeah.
Also, Alyssa is fun in the book. Like,
Alyssa is really fun, except for
I like that side character.
Then I immediately did not like her halfway through the book because
she's like trying to convince her to.
She's like, just hear him out.
Yeah.
Even though her face is busted, her phone is shattered.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So the most of the book was miserable except for Atlas, and I like pretty much overlooked the Dear Ellen. Like it's strange, and her emotional intelligence is very, very low for how old she's supposed to be. But whatever, breeze past it and
just ignore.
Yeah, but then the end actually got me a little bit, and you saw my reaction. The end I liked a lot better in the book than the movie. When I saw it in the movie, I was like,
I have something to say. Can we mark this? Mark it. I have something to say as well.
Okay. The end of the movie, I was like, okay, this is like a ad, like don't drink and drive. Took me out of the movie a little bit. But in the book, I think it was just because it was Blake Lively and like her vibes, you know? the way that she acts. But in the book,
What do you mean?
like, she just is acting so, like, supermodel and, like, in the movie, you know?
Okay.
And it took me out of a little bit. But whenever I read the ending scene in the book, first of all, I was scared because I was like,
I don't
oh my
remember
gosh.
what's the ending
She's
scene in the book.
literally like, if your daughter was being hurt by the person she loved, what would you say? And she
know,
keeps going, and she keeps
immediately.
going, and she keeps going, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's literally gonna lose it.
Yeah. You're like scared for her, straight up.
But then he doesn't, which is also something that I know I don't have very much understanding of and experience of, that like most of the time these relationships are not like, it's not like the person is just
A monster
a
24/7.
villain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there are normal conversations, there are normal interactions, and then like every once in a while it goes bad. But anyways, so I was shocked that he didn't absolutely lose it on her, and he actually agreed with her. That was complex, and I really did enjoy that scene a lot more in the book. It was sweet and everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this is the title of the book. Like, that's it really is awesome. Like, I love the statement that she made. I love that she wrote the book. I love that she took the time, whatever. Then I read the author's note. I started crying.
Isn't that her, it's like based on her life?
It's her parents.
Yeah.
But the way that she talked, so she said her mother broke up with her dad,
I forgot about that. And her stepdad.
but also still was like an advocate for him to be really involved in his daughter's lives. And in my mind, I'm like, you're not safe, you're scary, like, done, X. You know? That's what I thought was like protocol for these types
wasn't
of...
it? Yeah, her dad never ever touched any of the kids, like hurt any of them.
Yes, exactly. Well,
But
she
was super
said
abusive to her mom.
because she did not have those experiences seeing her dad behave in that horrible, scary way towards her mom, she was able to have a great relationship with her dad and be super close. And that, like, blew my mind.
Now, exactly, I'm like reconvincing myself. Okay, this was it. It was a decent book. Because I literally was like, why did I not DNF it? A, why did I read the second book? B, because I literally just read them back to back.
Yeah.
And I think it is because it's like when you put it into, okay, maybe this like is kind of a true story, not really, but like could be, and yet you just like dismiss all of the weird side things. When I first got back into, I think when I was 19, when Audrey first sent me my like big box of books to New York, I was really into YA because she was literally in high school.
Yeah, that was literally a YA.
She was sending me all these YA books, but I loved how, because I'm not someone who suffers with mental illness personally, or I'm not a super emotional or dark person naturally, so it would put me in their shoes and almost read to me like a memoir or biography.
Yeah.
So now you walk around
Because, like,
and
those
you're
experiences are real. Just because the characters aren't real, or that's not their name, or that it didn't exactly happen, it basically is
and I
all
think
true.
most YA is literary fiction. But also how she still showed, like, I'm not going to stay with you romantically.
Yeah.
Like, if it were me, I
This
would get a
situation
separation, not
is
live
deathly.
with you.
It's fatal.
Yeah, stay married to you, but no longer have any sort of romantic relationship, or live in the same house as you.
Takes a beast of a person.
Yeah.
A beast of a person.
It would be the hardest thing of someone's life, but it would be such a cool example for people because I don't ever see that.
No, because it's hard. It's easier to just erase that person completely than to stay in proximity and have those harsh boundaries.
Oh, it would be near
my
impossible.
gosh. Especially when the other person is not on the same page. They would rather just be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I got out of it. And because of the ending, my rating went from a 2.5 to a 2.75. I was gonna say a 3. I was gonna say a 3, but
It's not.
it is. Okay, that's all I have to say, and I'm out.
Oh, okay.
That's all I have to say 30 minutes later. That's all I have to say. Basically, we just wanted this to be the rough draft and go back again. Add more. Flesh it all out more. And Ryle can be disgusting at points if he's also like really level-headed and like normal and sweet and friend-y at some points. But like there was none of that and just negative.
Exactly. So anyways, yeah, I was going into it thinking it was about to turn into a psychological thriller. And he didn't.
Which she totally could have done.
That's my bad. But yeah, I wish it would have gone psychological thriller.
Which they tried to do in the movie.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my problem with it.
My qualms, my nitpicks with the book. The Ellen letters truly kind of took me out of it a little bit. Just keep swimming, Ellen. There's like a different sentence structure that you can have, like if you're just writing in your journal. But hers was truly like, I see Spot. Spot is sad.
You're taking this super emotional, deep, emo, tragic, but
like,
don't have freaking Nemo every other sentence.
Because guess what?
Like that just takes you out of the emotion.
If you want to bring your reader emo, you're not talking about Ellen DeGeneres.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen.
I think you, because you are such an emotional person, you can't separate yourself from certain parts of the book. Like with me, could not care less about the whole Ellen thing. I'm like, yeah. As soon as I'm off the page, I don't care about that anymore.
But like,
Audrey's
you don't have a bubble
embarrassed
to
for
burst,
her.
and Audrey's like, I could have this perfect bubble, and you popped it.
So I obviously like Atlas and Lily's relationship a lot. I would read an entire book just on their relationship.
You did, and you didn't like it.
Okay, but that's because I'm pretty sure that was, I can't remember because it was so long ago, but I'm pretty sure that it sticks with their current timeline. I wanted more of their childhood together.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about Atlas, even like,
Yes. And I'm like, I give it a 2.75, but I'm also a little tempted to like know the rest of it. I kind of want to read the rest.
I know.
You know?
Me, literally, I did read it.
And sucked. Tell me more.
My positives are Atlas. Love that timeline. Could have read, like the whole book could have just been that timeline for me, and I wanted to read a YA fic book basically about Atlas and Lily.
I would totally read that.
I would totally read that, and I would love it. The problem was the expectations. You know it's super popular. They're making a movie about it. You're going into it being like, oh, this is going to be epic. This is going to be Twilight.
Yeah.
And it's just not even close. But yeah, she could have I just wanted it to be psychological thriller. Because thinking back to the whole art piece that he like blew up and put in his house, figuring out
Bizarre.
crazy. Then him reading all of her diaries, the whole magnet thing, the him coming home and seeing the like restaurant, then him finding the thing in the phone.
Because it's like, not only is he freaking smart,
Yeah.
he's also applying his intelligence and freaking looking at everything and following everything.
And he's also biding his time, you know?
like he's
playing the
controlled.
long game a little bit.
Controlled, and that is so scary.
You need domestic violence. Like you need books that have this when and it's not a psychological thriller.
Yeah, because if it was psychological thriller, nobody would take it seriously, and nobody would learn any lessons from it because no one would think it was real.
Right. People would just be like scared to walk to their car. I understand why she didn't, so I just wish that she would have made Ryle more likable at the beginning.
Yeah,
more
like,
convincing. That's it. Then you keep the book the same.
That's all she needed to do.
It's so much more convincing and understandable when she does stay.
Yes. So that's the end. Delete all mentions of Ellen. Add in a likable Ryle, and you've got a great book.
But you can keep the bad things of Ryle.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
add in anything likable and redeemable.
On to the movie. We'll get rid of the book. On to the movie. Wow.
The movie absolutely is like, okay, you should have taken 5 minutes to talk about that rather than 30 seconds. There were so many mic drop moments in the book. Like when she's like, hey, I know Ryle said I wasted my virginity on you or whatever, but that's not what I meant at all. And he was like, I know, I was there. Mic drop moment.
That
and
was
you're just
a good
like,
moment.
And then in the movie, it was like, I know, I was there. And then he like leaves, and I'm like, oh.
Gentle. Like, you didn't get any of the severity.
Because it was rated PG-13 and it should have been an R
But
rating.
it wasn't even.
Hands down. That's
No,
why.
Okay, no, not even in that one. But and it's another Atlas scene. Obviously, that was the highlight of the movie. If you're ready to fall in love with somebody again, fall in love with me. Mic drop moment in the book. She could have made it so much better in the book, but in the movie, it was like, well, hope you fall in love with me next. Bye. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, okay, that was like the sweetest declaration of love. You know, like they've known each other since they were like 15, like kids, and it's like
They've been through so much together.
He's giving her the permission to take your time, but also I'm not giving you permission to not pick me, choose me, love me when you're ready. And the movie was just like, see ya. mind you, I'm still biting my cardigan in the seat, and I'm like, I'm so ready for it to happen.
Still grinning ear to ear. There were like giddy moments, but yeah, it could have been so much better. It really did feel. Cassie blew my mind yesterday. She was like, "It felt like a music video." It literally felt like a music video. It was bizarre. Like there was nothing happening. Although I've seen people say that they have not read the book and they watched the movie and they liked the movie, and I'm like, did we see the same movie?
No, because there was 100% there was zero dialogue in the movie. It was like a word every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think if you liked the movie and if you watched the movie, didn't read the book, and you liked it, it's because you don't know at all what it was supposed to be about.
The one line that drives me nuts is when Ryle, evil monster, says, "Oh, is this the one that you pity effed? This the homeless guy that you pity effed?" And then she has to follow that back up and clarify, because that is absolutely not true. She never said that, and she loved him and still loves him.
Dude, that whole scene was at the restaurant was so good. He locks her in the bathroom. Atlas does. You guys didn't like this.
I love that. I love that.
Great.
I love that.
But I feel like I'm like answering it in my mind. I'm using my, Audrey Easterling's imagination to amplify it. Colleen Hoover did not do that for me. I had to take matters into my own hands and absolutely make Atlas a babe.
Atlas was so precious the whole time. The way that she painted him, you love him. Like, you do love him.
But she should have fed us more. Malnourished.
Please, sir. I want some more.
What?
I was malnourished.
Well, okay, so
Like,
if you liked If you are invested enough in that relationship to read It Starts With Us, and you were like, give me more, give me more, give me more, then it's better than you guys are saying it is. The execution of Atlas?
Dude, you don't understand. Atlas is 20% of the first half, and that's it.
Like, that is not what the book is mostly about.
In the movie, they replaced that heart-breaking, soul-crushing line with, "Oh, this is the dude you wasted your virginity on?" Okay. The most general diss I could come up with. Like, who cares? The fact that he was homeless and it's the word pity, like, that is so much more impactful. And because they made the movie PG-13, they couldn't say that. Took all the wind out of that sail. The book already did not have enough
Can you not
enough
see the F word
emotion.
in a PG-13
No,
movie?
You get like 3,
There's
I
a
think.
limit. Yeah.
Well, that should have been the one.
The PG-13 rating was the absolute
Detriment, the downfall of the movie.
Not even that. It was definitely that. But it was also not okay.
It's not okay because it left it too ambiguous still. Like, it was especially for young people.
Crazy clear abuse in the book, obviously. In the movie, it was abuse. But it was like watered down. It made excuses for him.
Well, yeah, because there was zero blood whatsoever. You can have blood in a PG-13 movie.
Well, there was a little bit on her forehead, but not enough.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure in the book she was literally blinded by how much blood was in her eyes. They did try to do the scene in the book and the movie where takes the casserole out of the oven without putting pot holders on. And in the movie, they showed it as him like flinging his hand back in pain and accidentally hit her. So at that moment, me and Cassie looked at each other because obviously we'd spent the entire day reading the book, so it's fresh on our brain. And we're like, okay, what's going on? And I was like, the only reason that I can say that they made that so weird and ambiguous, and and truly in the movie, it was like kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Like, but not confusing as in like, oh my gosh, like what just happened? It was just like, wait, whoa. Like you were
what
just like,
did happen? It didn't seem clear that like, dude, you just hit me.
So I was like, the only way I can say that that was a super ambiguous scene is that they're trying to do this whole, she's rewriting over her memories in her brain. That's like, there's no way he just did that to me, so I'm just gonna make up an alternate reality. I'm protecting myself in my brain, which is what they tried to do. But when they went back and like panned back and like actually showed him shoving her down the stairs, actually showed him hitting her with the oven, it was like, and then it was like done. And you're just like, okay, well those were two huge things, and like the big reveal, the big plot twist was like, again, 30 seconds.
Yeah. In the book, right when that happens, Lily immediately knows, you hit me, dude. Like, you lied. You hit me. She's like, her thoughts are popping up that like, that was not okay, but I guess I'm not going to address it.
Yeah,
so they just totally left the book.
Like, you could have made it PG-13 and gone really emotional, really YA, or you could have gone really full-on abuse, full-on, like,
R-rated.
done the actual book and made it R-rated. Yeah. And they didn't do either. It's like they tried to kind of do both, but then they did nothing.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a lot of negatives. The acting was not great. Blake Lively is super hot, so the outfits were killer.
The visuals were all really nice.
The soundtrack was great. Yeah, the setting of Boston,
Yeah.
I obviously enjoyed. You really like Alyssa.
I love Jenny Slate. Yeah, the comedy that they added, I really liked Marshall and Alyssa's relationship.
and-
Yeah, it
yeah,
was,
in real
cute.
life.
It didn't feel like super forced or whatever, like shoved in like comedy wise.
She could write a book on their relationship. Their relationship was convincing. Why in the world is Blake Lively in this movie? It changed the whole thing. Like, that is not at all the character in the book. You're telling me that Blake Lively is 23 years old and, like, hasn't experienced anything and is, like not confident. Yeah. Quirky artist, kind of very insular. She literally comes out like freaking Serena van der Woodsen, popping, got her fishnet tights on, like, doesn't care. And you're like, this is not the same Lily, like, at all.
Because you know what's shocking about Lily? She gets married and pregnant within like 6 months of each other, and she's 23 years old. And you're just like, that makes you feel even more for her. Like, this is all going so freaking fast. If you're 24, having a baby with an abusive guy, and you're 24, like, that is terrifying. You're a child. I'm only 25, so I was like, oh my gosh, like, all this happening between 6 months, and then Blake Lively is confident. And you're just like,
and just seems well established in her adulthood.
She brought way too much
strength,
champagne, personality, confidence, and also just like, I think, like, peaceful contentment to the role. And
Blake Lively is a woman. She is a woman.
Well, and Lily in the book, I remember her feeling very much in her adulthood like she did in those like in her childhood, very insular, very unsure, kind of like in your head, right? Like, she was insecure.
Yeah.
And she didn't read like that at all in the movie.
No.
Okay, you have to tell us what you guys thought, if you've read the book, if you've watched the movie, if you've read any other Colleen Hoover books, if it met your expectations, if you've read and watched both, what you thought.
What bothered you?
What did you love? Yeah, what did you hate? All your opinions, let us know. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!